Yo, what's up, incredible Earthlings? Thank you very much for clicking this video. You are a good vibe soul, man. Respect to yourself for that gesture. You see, you should always give every day a chance to become the most beautiful day of your life. Like today here, we aim to promote and spread lots of love, peace, forgiveness, and unity as our message to the world across all humans, you see, because we believe that is very important. So kindly, good vibes on. React together with me these videos that you are about to see through the comment section and tell us what you think about them. Hit the like button and spread some love, man. Straight out of Africa with lots of good vibes. Kindly, wonderful sauce. Join me till the end and hit the like button. Let's dive in. Good vibes.
Can I blow your mind right now? Okay. What if everything that we know about gravity is wrong? So, chew on this. In 1665, Isaac Newton discovers gravity. You can look this up. But how is it possible that until 1665, for all of human history, nobody observed gravity the same way? Well, the only explanation is that gravity behaved differently before 1665. Let that sink in. Right? And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. In 2023, a 250-pound ostrich cannot fly. But a million years ago, a 500-pound pterodactyl can. Right? Look at the Egyptians building the pyramids. Cranes hadn't been invented yet. But those bricks weighed 3,000 pounds. So the only logical explanation is that ancient Egyptian bricklayers were able to lift those bricks. Well, that's only possible if Earth's gravitational pull was weaker. And you can see how in the centuries following Isaac Newton's discovery, we tried to combat this. Gravity only got stronger, so we started building taller buildings. We invented airplanes. Chris and I were talking about this week because he was flying to go to see his birth mother, who he goes to visit once a year. And I'm saying, isn't this the biggest slap in the face to gravity? The fact that you're sitting in a solid metal object soaring across the ocean? I mean, 1969 was our biggest victory in the war on gravity, when we literally launched a rocket that weighs millions of pounds up into space, right? And the only thing we don't know is who's doing this to us. Who's responsible for this? Who's doing gravity?
Let's share thoughts about that, man.
I don't know how well you can see this, but this tree in the wind is sawing right through the tree next to it. And that's all sawdust falling down the tree. Isn't that cool? I'm pretty sure it's doing it on the other side too. Yeah. And there's two more branches. There's one here doing it. And then up here. Whoops. There. When the wind comes, it's sawing its buddy right in half. Cool, huh?
What is that, man? That's good vibes.
If you haven't heard about this story yet, you absolutely need to because it's insane. Scientists have found a beer bottle at the deepest point of the ocean, which is at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, a place we've never been. Litter. This article was just released today. Scientists discovered beer bottle at the deepest point of the ocean. Dr. Wright is the person that found this discovery. In a Los Angeles Times report, she explained the initial goal of her underwater research was to explore a previously unvisited area of the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. Nobody had ever been there before. We don't know what's down there. She descended more than 6.7 miles in a 2-seat submarine to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean where she found something peculiar. I can't say that word. Peculiar. Sitting in a sediment at the bottom of the ocean at the Earth's deepest point, a beer bottle. This beer bottle had traveled more than 6.7 miles to the darkest depths of the Pacific. The discarded trash had managed to reach that part of our world before we did. They're saying that this is a symbol of how deeply and irrevocably humans are affecting the natural world. That's crazy. They're saying that this is further evidence that we must, as humanity, do better by the ocean and for the health of habitats that we ourselves share and ultimately depend on. I do these daily roundups every day, so add me and come back to me tomorrow.
Oh, what do you think about that, good people of Earth, man?
No healer heals anyone directly. A healer sets up a vibration, and that vibration represents the healed state. If the person that requires the healing decides or chooses to match that frequency for themselves, they've healed themselves. So again, what we were just talking about, you give the idea, you give the vibration of peace, you give the vibration of joy, you give the information that goes with it. They have to match it in order to feel it, in order to experience it, because they have their own reality, literally their own reality. We're only agreeing to appear to share the same reality, but there are different realities in this room and 3 different rooms because there are 3 different people. So we are agreeing that we will say, yeah, this is the same room you're in, but I'm not in the same room you're in and you're not in the same room I'm in. But we're playing this game like a chess game. It says, okay, we're going to play chess. We'll have to play by these rules or we're not playing chess. But I can use different pieces. They can be made out of different materials. I can use a different strategy than you. We're still playing chess, but we're not playing the same game exactly, even though it looks like we are. We're playing by the general rules of chess so that anyone on the outside would go, oh, they're both playing chess. But I might be playing a very different game of chess than you might be playing, because of how I strategize or what I think the pieces are or what they're made of or, where I'm sitting or who moved first or whatever. So there are many variables, even in the general agreements we have about what kind of a reality we think we're sharing.
Okay.
And again, that's becoming, like I said, with the Mandela effect, that's becoming a little loosey-goosey too, because people are starting to actually see other realities and they are real.
In 1912, a scientist named Dr. Wasserman discovered that selenium got rid of the sea monster in mice. Yep. He thought he made this huge discovery. Well, guess what? The medical monopoly did not act on it. They said, nope, shut their eyes to it. Don't want to know about it. However, farmers, they started giving their livestock selenium. And none of the livestock gets the sea monster anymore. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
All right, so scientists, some, are sounding the alarm on a so-called solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could, eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
Scientists have revealed that a new solar storm is coming, and it may have dire consequences for the world. Reports suggest that this storm will be the biggest humanity has seen in 100 years, and may have the power to take down Earth's entire technological infrastructure. So, what is the cause of this imminent wave of disruption? How will it impact humanity, and do we need to be worried? Let's take a closer look. The imminent solar storm. Indian astronomers have recently issued a cautionary alert, expressing concerns about an impending powerful solar storm that has the potential to disrupt global internet connectivity for several weeks. Researchers have made a noteworthy discovery regarding the correlation between the sun's magnetic field and its sunspot cycle, offering insights into predicting the peak of solar activity.
The sun has a very predictable, but actually quite mysterious cycle of activity. It gets very, very active every 11 years, and then it settles back down to more of a peaceful existence.
Initially, NASA projected that the next solar maximum would commence in late 2025. However, a recent study has disclosed an accelerated timeline, suggesting an earlier onset, most likely in early 2024. The study, led by physicist Dibyendu Nandi from the IISER Kolkata Center of Excellence in Space Sciences in India, forecasts a solar event in early 2024. While predicting the exact intensity and repercussions of these solar storms remains challenging at this stage, Nandi emphasizes that further understanding will unfold as the new year approaches. On a positive note, he acknowledges the aesthetic aspect of solar storms, mentioning the creation of beautiful auroras. Thus, there is optimism that 2024 may be a favorable year for aurora hunters. However, some scientists are sounding an alarm, interpreting the rapid increase in sunspots as a potential precursor.
When you start seeing more and more sunspots, there's an expectation that you're going to see more intense and more frequent solar flare.
To a significant event akin to the historic Carrington event. The sun, a colossal sphere of hot, electrically charged gas, perpetually undergoes dynamic movement, giving rise to a formidable magnetic field. This magnetic field experiences a cyclic transformation known as the solar cycle, recurring approximately every 11 years. A noteworthy event within this cycle is the complete reversal of the sun's magnetic poles, signifying a switch between the north and south poles. The solar cycle significantly influences surface activity on the sun, notably the formation of sunspots, attributed to the sun's magnetic fields. Monitoring the solar cycle involves tallying the number of sunspots. Initiated by a period of solar minimum, characterized by the least occurrence of sunspots, the cycle progresses as solar activity and sunspot numbers steadily increase. The midpoint, termed the solar maximum, marks the phase with the highest sunspot count. Subsequently, the cycle wanes, returning to the solar minimum before initiating a new cycle. Examining historical data, such as sunspot counts during solar maximum phases in 2001, compared to weaker phases in 1996 or 2006, reveals the cyclical nature of solar activity. Nearly a century ago, Swiss astronomer Max Waldmeier made groundbreaking observations that continue to guide contemporary scientists in predicting solar maximums. In 1935, Waldmeier discerned a compelling pattern associated with sunspot cycles, a correlation between the rapid ascent of a cycle and its eventual strength. He noted that stronger cycles exhibited a faster journey to maximum strength. Termed the Waldmeier effect, this revelation functions as a predictive tool for scientists, akin to a crystal ball. By scrutinizing the early stages of a sunspot cycle, researchers can estimate its eventual strength. Employing this methodology, NASA scientists have foreseen that the forthcoming solar maximum is anticipated in the year 2025. The new discovery. Contrary to previous expectations, Indian astronomers have unveiled that the impending solar maximum is approaching earlier than anticipated, likely manifesting in early 2024. The breakthrough in their prediction methodology involves establishing a novel relationship using decades-old data archives from various ground-based solar observatories worldwide. Dr. Nandi and his team's research delved into the correlation between the rate of decrease in the sun's dipole magnetic field and the rate of ascent of the ongoing sunspot cycle. During the solar cycle minimum, characterized by a scarcity of sunspots, the dipole field strength reaches its maximum. As the sunspot cycle commences its ascent, the large-scale solar dipole field weakens, assuming a more intricate configuration. Eventually, it vanishes at the sunspot cycle peak, undergoes a directional flip, and gradually begins to regenerate. Applying this innovative approach, Indian astronomers have determined that the anticipated solar maximum is likely to occur not in 2025, as previously projected, but rather in the early months of 2024. The ramifications of this solar maximum are expected to be profound, with potential disruptions to the global internet for several weeks due to exceptionally potent solar flares. Moreover, prior predictions by researchers emphasize the significant challenges Earth's communication systems may face during the upcoming solar maximum. The most intense solar storms possess the capacity to induce catastrophic orbital decay in low Earth orbiting satellites, posing a threat to satellite-based services, including communications and navigational networks. But how strong will this event really be? Has something like this happened before? In August of 1859, a remarkable celestial event unfolded in the skies, captivating astronomers globally. Richard Carrington, an avid skywatcher residing in a small town near London, became an unwitting witness to an extraordinary spectacle of the sun. Engaged in sketching sunspots on September 1st, Carrington was momentarily blinded by an intense flash, initially attributing it to potential damage to his observation equipment. Rushing outside, he discovered that the bright spots on the sun's surface had vanished. Unbeknownst to him, what he had just observed was a colossal eruption known as a coronal mass ejection. Ordinarily, it takes days for a coronal mass ejection to traverse the vast expanse between the Sun and Earth. However, this particular event defied expectations, making the journey in a mere 17.5 hours. While Earth's magnetic field typically shields us from such solar storms, the 1859 incident was exceptional. A geomagnetic storm ensued, manifesting as mesmerizing auroras in the sky. Yet beneath the celestial beauty, a disruptive force unfolded. The impact of the 1859 solar storm was astonishing, releasing energy equivalent to 10 billion megatons of TNT from the Sun. This event, famously known as the Carrington event, had far-reaching consequences. Electrical systems across Europe and North America faltered, revealing the vulnerability of technological infrastructure to such natural phenomena. In the contemporary context, scientists issue a sobering warning. If a similar event were to occur today, it could lead to an internet apocalypse. Extreme voltages unleashed by a violent solar storm could wreak havoc on electrical grids, potentially causing damage to undersea cables that power a significant portion of the world's internet. In recent online discussions, growing concerns have emerged regarding the potential recurrence of a solar event akin to the Carrington event, particularly as we approach a peak period of solar activity projected for 2024. Anxiety looms over the possibility of such an occurrence in the upcoming new year, prompting worries about its potential impact on our highly interconnected world. The Royal Observatory in Belgium has contributed to these concerns by reporting that the number of sunspots has reached the highest level in the past 21 years. Throughout June, an average of 163 sunspots per day were recorded. This data indicates that the current solar cycle has exhibited more activity than initially predicted by NASA, with the official forecast projecting around 115 sunspots at the peak. The unexpected increase in solar activity has left scientists puzzled, prompting the need for further study to comprehend the internal processes of the Sun. While solar cycle number the 25th of May not be the most robust in history, scientists anticipate it to be one of the most potent solar cycles we have encountered. Despite lacking precedents for extreme events, there is uncertainty about how our infrastructure would respond to such an occurrence. The need for comprehensive research and understanding of these solar events is crucial, considering the potential implications for our technological and interconnected systems. What do you think? Should we be worried about this solar storm, or is our infrastructure strong enough to withstand it? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Oh, good people of Earth, are you still together? Hit the like button and let's continue watching, man. That's some crazy stuff. Look at this. Some dog here pranks his owner. These animals are full of good vibes. Oh, look at this one. This is interesting, man. This is some good vibes dog here. Much love to all those guys that have pets or love animals and treat them nicely. Big up. And look here. This is how the sea moves, like in terms of depth. And when you continue going down, up to 500 meters deep is the deepest blue whales can swim. That's 500 meters deep. 1000 meters deep. And it's just crazy stuff. Many people have explored all these places deep down in the water. How is this even possible, man? Humans are amazing, man. This is surprising. Look at this one. You keep on going deep, deep, deep. And when you reach at 8,850 meters, that's the size of Mount Everest. Oh, why is even Mount Everest? That is the tallest mountain. But when you put it in the water, it can be submerged completely. Oh, that is crazy. And you go until you reach the Mariana Trench. Then you come across some creepy looking type of fish, but good vibes. Yeah, look at this one. Good people of Earth. These animals are just incredible. This one here has perfected the art of, do you call this manicure or what do you call this? This one is what mostly is done to people that love to make their nails look beautiful, you see, for different reasons. And here there is some good vibes animal that has perfected in this art. They even lubricate the stuff with their saliva and it's good vibes.
I'm in the world's foremost parasite museum here in Tokyo.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's kind of cool, it's kind of gross. In history, there was a lot of parasitic infection in all countries. Fortunately, a lot of that's been eliminated, but it's great for people to come and learn about the burden that's there and the great work that's going on. More than 1 billion people in developing countries suffer from parasitic diseases, including guinea worm, sleeping sickness, elephantiasis, river blindness. These are the so-called neglected tropical diseases. There's a few, like guinea worm, that's down to very small numbers. We have others that we have very good tools that the drug companies actually donate the drugs, and people take these drugs that will clear them, and so the burden is going down slowly but surely. My favorite part of my visit was seeing the world's largest tapeworm. It's 29 feet long. You don't want to have it. It's a real reminder of how parasites start small and grow big, and they're a huge drain on people's health, because the worm is essentially taking the nutrition away. That's an extreme case, but a lot of kids, because of the worms, their ability to succeed in school's not very good. You can't thrive when you have these diseases. That's why our foundation continues to work with partners to eliminate parasitic diseases and the burdens they create. It's good. It's better on the outside.
Same.
Yeah.
What's this? What's this in the sky? What's this anomaly? Some people are saying it's the sun. How can it be the sun? It's below the skyline. How can the sun be below the skyline of the earth? Some people say it's the moon. Same question then. How is the moon below the skyline of the earth? How is this even possible? What is this? If it's the sun, then I guess the sun is in the earth's atmosphere, huh? I'm not saying it is. I just want someone to explain to me what this is, because it's weird. Here's another weird one. The sun and something right next to it. Is it two suns? Is it the sun and another planet? I don't know. And this is even weirder still. It's the sun with something big and bright right behind it. Right behind it, the sun and the moon? I don't know. The sun and another planet? Maybe. But I'm not sure. What do you think? Leave me a comment of what you think all this weird phenomena in the sky is all of a sudden. Because to tell you the truth, I don't know. One thing I know for sure, though, is the sun isn't in the Earth's atmosphere. So what the heck was the first thing? Let me know what you think. Shabadoo Bushkis. Shabadoo.
Maybe the sun gave birth to another sun. Or what do you think?
Check this out, warthog. He's gonna come up the steps. Here he comes. Oh my goodness, and he's huge. Hello, boy. I wonder if we can pet him. Hi, boy.
Can we touch him? No, don't.
Help me!
So my friend from Africa sent me this video today. He said, my brother, you will not believe what happened at my job today. This white American thought he had come to see Pumbaa from the Disney movie, The Lion King. Every time we keep telling them, these are real wild animals here in Africa. But can you believe what he asked? He wanted to pet the warthog, like it's a chihuahua from Texas. I'm telling you, the warthog showed him the real world today. It circumcised the American out of him. The whole time we were taking him to the hospital, he kept singing, he will never be the same again.
Oh, you see, these animals are full of good vibes, man. You see? And when you come across them, you might be surprised they like to exaggerate stuff, and you might be scared at first. You see? Much love to everybody for watching up to this far, man. Big go.
I remember the conversation very well. This is a person I respected tremendously, very, very senior person. He's told me, he said, Lou, I want you to stop doing this. I said, okay, sir, I certainly can, but may I ask why? And he says, well, we already know what it is, and we should not be pursuing them.
Oh. What do you think about this stuff?
Okay, I'm not going to name the comic and I'm not going to name the club, but I am going to tell you something egregious that happened to me last night at a show.
Okay, I'm nosy. I want to hear. Let's listen to what she says happened, and then let's listen to the other comics' perspective, because they've already responded, and guess what? They brought receipts. But first, the accusations.
Last night at a show. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I was booked to be the opening act for a bigger comic. And by bigger, I mean has a giant following. It remains to be seen if he's more talented. Anyways, I had a perfectly wonderful set, and this comic actually didn't arrive in time for his show. So he arrived while I was on stage. He was over 30 minutes late to his own show. So I Googled him to get his intro facts, and made sure I had his name correct and was hyping up the audience. I had a great set. I did not bomb. I'm a self-aware person. I've been doing stand-up for over 8 years. So if I bombed, I think I would know. No, the audience was laughing. They were into it. And then I introduced him. I hyped up the crowd. I said his name right. Everything was great. He comes out, doesn't look me in the eye, doesn't shake my hand, and starts ripping me to shreds, saying, I'm so sorry that she was on this show. You didn't rock up to the wrong building. I'm sorry if you wanted a refund. She doesn't belong here. She doesn't fit in. I don't know why someone booked a substitute teacher. She should have brought ratchet shit. I don't really even know what that is supposed to mean, because that's not authentic or genuine to me. And I'm not going to try to pander to an audience just because we come from different backgrounds. I'm going to find the common ground of what everyone can laugh at regardless of their background. And that's what I did.
So that's who's making the accusations, Katie K Comedy. And this is who she's making the accusations about, Mojo Brooks. Well, the comedian that she was talking about has responded. Let's listen to his response.
Hey, y'all. Just want to finally go ahead and address what this comedian has said I've done to her after she opened up for me in San Diego on Thursday. Just to dig right into it, she said I was late. I was not. The show was scheduled to start at 7, but because it was sold out, they wanted everybody to get in the building, so they pushed the time back to 7:30. Before she was even on stage, I was in the building. I was in the green room. I was on live. Everybody's saying that I was there. They were actually, when she actually got on stage, they were actually watching me on live while she was on stage. That goes to show you how good she was doing. She even went on to say that she had a perfectly great set and that she brought me up on stage to good energy, high energy in the room. Y'all, this was a sold-out crowd. A sold-out crowd of people who bought tickets to come and see me.
He got all
this
of
was
the
the energy that I came up to.
All of
Should I point this way? Either way, just the energy.
Watch this.
My hand and woo. Ready? Woo! All right, we have amazing energy. You guys have been very fun. Your headliner is in the house.
Y'all, she also said that she did her due diligence. She went on Google to get some information about who I am, and the only thing that she was able to come up with was he blew up on social media. And then, y'all, this was the part. This is how she got my crowd up there. She said, let's get buck wild.
Oh, my God.
He blew the fuck up all over online. Are you ready? Woo! All right, I need you to give it up right now. Get buck wild for Mojo Bros!
Those that don't know, telling a room full of black people to get buck wild is insane. That's crazy. That's crazy work. And I let it slide. Because I was more worried about that they didn't even get buck wild. They didn't get loud. They didn't get nothing. Like, sometimes you got to do the shit yourself.
Right.
Substitute teacher come up here and bring me to the He told y'all ass to get buck wild. Hell no, we gotta redo that.
But he redid his own thing. He left the stage and redid his entrance himself.
She said that I said that she was at the wrong show and that she didn't belong at my show. This is actually what I said.
I think I'm at the wrong show. I was backstage like, all right, tell them I'm ready. I'm ready. Ask for a refund. I ain't sending no money back. Now y'all give it up for that opening comic. Y'all say it again.
Well, the math ain't mathing, Katie. He brought the receipts and his receipts receipted. Her entire version of the story was just not correct. And his entire explanation makes perfect sense. So why'd she lie about it?
I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this.
Please, let's be honest, good people of Earth.
I'll be totally honest with you guys. I don't think some of you are ready for what I'm about to show you. If you stick around, I'm going to give you the key to unlock this ball of lies. And it all starts with the pole star, Polaris, the North Star. I'm going to give you guys the key that helped open it up for me, but I'm going to present it to you in a way that I never had, that is going to leave you with no doubt that the Earth is not moving. I want to first point out how far Polaris is supposed to be from Earth. It is supposed to be 323 light years away. And if you don't know what a light year is, I put it right here for you. 1 light year equals 6 trillion miles. So 6 trillion times 323. And they tell us we can see light from that. So let's get into the meat and potatoes here, guys. Polaris, it does not move in the sky, okay? It stays in the north sky. It's a North Star. It's over the North Pole all the time. And that is a fact whether you're a flat earther or a globe earther. It does not move. They say it moves kind of just tiny bit where you can't see it, but it's basically in the same spot all the time. And the mainstream explanation for that is because it is aligned perfectly with the North Pole. And we are spinning this way, so it is aligned so perfect that you cannot see it spin. Which I could understand if you lived right there. So if you lived right there, I could understand that. But what if you live here and you can see it? What if you live anywhere around there? Well, let's look into that. So what I'm about to show you here is 3 separate experiments where I try to duplicate if you are right here and the Earth was spinning, what you would see. And then I did one if you were off to the side and what you would see. And I want to take you through these. So here's the first one where I tried to duplicate living in the North Pole, and it looks like it is very still. It is in the same place, correct? Next, I tried to duplicate living on the side of the Earth, like the United States, to see if it would move. And it's clearly moving and not in the same spot, but it's negligible. You can't really tell that much. But to this point, I've only taken into account the Earth's rotation and nothing else.
If you thought that this was how we move through our solar system, you'd be wrong. In reality, it looks a lot more like this. The Earth moving around the sun in a corkscrew shape, and the rest of the planets are doing the same. How is this possible? Well, for one, our entire solar system rotates around our Milky Way galaxy at an insane 220 kilometers per second. Not only that, our entire solar system plane is tilted forward about 60 degrees in reference to our galaxy's plane. And when you trace out all of that movement, you can see our planet spiraling through space in beautifully organized chaos.
So let me break this down for you. The Earth is supposedly moving in 4 different manners. It is rotating at the equator at 1,000 miles per hour. It is traveling around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. It is traveling through the galaxy at 400,000 miles per hour. And it is traveling through the entire universe at 2 million miles per hour. And Polaris doesn't move. Well, I added just a second movement to my test. So far, I've just had the test of spinning either in the middle or on the outside. Now I added that second movement of rotating around the sun while it's spinning. So let's see how that looks. So here is only adding in a second movement. We have the rotation and we have the revolving around the sun, and Polaris would move unquestionably. So you need to ask yourself this honest question. If the Earth were actually spinning at the equator at 1,000 miles per hour and revolving around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour in a different direction, mind you, and traveling through the solar system at 400,000 miles per hour in a different direction, mind you, and traveling through the universe at 2 million miles per hour in a different direction, mind you, would Polaris always sit right there? Or is it possible that the stars are revolving around us? Ask yourself, are you going to let yourself use that key now that you have it? Or are you going to throw it away?
Yo, good people of Earth, thank you very much for watching up to this far, man. Respect to yourself. That's a good vibes gesture. And I'm for sure you are a good soul. So, if you have not hit the like button, please do so. You also hit the super thanks and grab some merchandise if you can from our shop. It will be a great gesture and will be very appreciated. You see, there's some guys there that have been leaving comments regularly, and there's some good vibes, man. Much love to them. I can mention a few today here, and in the next episode, I'll also mention some. Like today, I can mention Aaron at Aaron Hart, and Christy Hutchins, and one of our daily commenters, Josie. Much respect to yourself, man. MJ Stinson, where have you been? It's been quite some time there. How are you doing? Much love to you. But then there was some guy there also I saw. He had a hard name, so I had to write it down. You know, some of these names that I saw people use, they're hard. They're very hard. Also, like this one. Tell me how do you know spell this one? At user J14CL8R040. You see, that one is a very long name, you see. And that one was saying that they have some information about the earth, about even Godzilla and some crazy stuff. Oh, it's very exciting. You would leave some comment there and also let us know. You see, it wouldn't be bad sharing. It will be so fun. Much love to everybody, man. Peace and love be with you. Good vibes.